Alright guys, to officially conclude the Seaman series, or my second Seaman series, we'll be taking a look at the Seaman Legacy. Now, even though there's only one game here in the States of Seaman, there's still a lot to look at. Now, I thought I'd start off by showing you the game case. Which is pretty basic, right? See, it has the sign on it, like you see every time you start the game up. I'll give you a little history on this. I got this game back in 2002, when I was only 13. I saw it brand new in EB Games, as it was called back then, before GameStop took it over. Found this brand new in the box for only $12.99, so $13, brand spanking new. So I think when it first came out, I think it was like $70 or $60, I can't remember. It was a lot more than that though, than $12.99. So I never owned this before, I never played it or anything, so I was like, you know, I'll pick it up. I was only 13, I had a little money, so I was like, hey, I'll pick this up. It looks pretty cool. So here it is today still, 9 years old. Case is a little cracked, but overall it's not too bad. Now the back of the case, you can see all this hopefully. You've attained your own Semen egg and used the faithful recreation of Dr. Godsay's laboratory to follow in his footsteps, uncovering the secrets of the Seaman. Supposedly, Seaman watches you from inside the TV. He reacts to your voice and understands all that you say. Well, maybe not all that you say, but he does understand some. Seaman loves a good conversation. His wisecracks and salty wisdom will make you laugh. Yeah, that's true too. And here's some Seaman myths, magic, or fact. Finally, after 5 years in development, all mysteries are revealed. The legendary Seaman creature has arrived on the Sega Dreamcast. So the microphone device gives two-way communication with its intelligent life form, and the Dreamcast's extraordinary power to create ultra-real-life graphics and animation simulates Seaman's authentic habitat and evolution. And we've all seen that firsthand today. Well, in the past, in my episodes, you have seen that firsthand, haven't we? So again, this is the case. Now let's look at the instruction manual, which gives more history that the game does not reveal. This is the instruction manual, and you open it up, and you have this introduction here. Welcome to Dr. Godsay's laboratory. Let's see. This package contains a Seaman habitat and one Seaman egg. To begin with, let's learn a bit more about Seaman. Historical references to Seaman first appeared in the spoken folklore of ancient Egypt, passed down from generation to generation. Until recently, it was assumed that the Seaman creature did not actually exist. But does he really? I'm still not sure about that. However, in 1997, the discovery of a live Seaman in the Egyptian city of Old Alexandria disproved this assumption, and Seaman came to be known the world over. And the original discovered Seaman specimen died shortly after being captured, but its remains were quickly rushed to the foremost biological research institute in France, where a number of eggs were discovered inside its body. So we at Vivarium were then able to assist in this endeavor by covering the research and development costs in return for the sole distribution rights that have enabled us to offer this product to you. That's pretty interesting, huh? Now, the history of Seaman. So this talks about Dr. John Paul Godsay and how he was a member of a special team of French biologists dispatched to Egypt by the French government in the 1930s. Let's see. He became determined to pursue the line of research and unravel this mystery. And see, in March of 1932 in the city of Alexandria, Dr. Gassé happened to meet up with a local resident who had caught a seaman while fishing. Dr. Gassé obtained a sample of some of the eggs, which he carried back with him to France. And when he returned, he immediately attempted to raise the seaman eggs in his Parisian laboratory, but unfortunately, in the midst of his experiment, Seaman died. Shortly thereafter, Dr. Gassé published a detailed thesis of his work. They dismissed the young scholar's work as the proper evidence to support his theories. His work was shunned, and no one believed him. Let's see. Gassé's hypothesis suggested that Seaman was perhaps responsible for transferring knowledge that proliferated during the Third Dynasty across oceans to other lands. Soon after the publication of his thesis, Dr. Gassé was dismissed from his post. It disappeared for quite some time. Recently, a diary was discovered detailing Dr. Gassé's subsequent work and continued research to unravel the details of Seaman's evolution. MeetSeaman.com. You know, I went to the website. Don't know if it's still active or not. You can check it out. And this is his research journal. It might be too small to see. So anyway, this tells you how to set it up. Seaman is a one-player game. Once you begin raising Seaman, you are expected to assume complete responsibility for the care and upbringing of a living, breathing creature. So basically they're saying this is like a virtual pet, and you have to care for it. Now, I'm not going to read the whole manual, but hopefully you will be able to read some of it yourself by pausing the areas you want to read. Insert the manual code. So insert the memory card, insert the microphone. Creating a Seaman habitat. Memory card file creation. Mental preparation. Daily care and maintenance. At the very least, you are kindly requested to attend to various custodial tasks such as providing oxygen, water, food, cleaning, etc. on a daily basis. Witness the drama of life over an extended period of time. Do not expect an experience similar to other games in which clearly defined events happen each time you play. There are no scores to be earned, stages or final game to be cleared. This is not a type of game in which one can spend several hours in one sitting and expect to experience vast amounts of action or change. So it's meant to simulate life itself. Seaman's development will accelerate when in good humor. So this is preparation for developing Seaman. Let's begin. So first transfer the egg into the tank. I mean, you saw this in my first videos. And continue from a saved file. And these talking about the mushroomers. Remember seeing that? And these are the basic controls of the controller. The A button. Basically, the A button you hold down to speak. the Y button to zoom in and lock up, directional pad the directional pad moves between habitats. Then you press the R button to to tap on the glass. Now this is how to converse with Seaman. So these are the icons. 90% of the time you will see this icon here on the VMU, but occasionally you will see this icon here. This is usually when he is mating, or when he is talking to you, giving you instructions or something like that. And you will see this icon here when he is awaiting a response from you. Let's see. And when you see this here, that means he understood what you said. And 3 question marks means that he did not understand what you said, and you will probably see that a lot. And this gives you a little advice to say things that Seaman will understand, say things that are short, concise, and above all, clear. Interacting with Seaman, you can tap the glass. A punishing flick, which is usually never necessary, but if you want to do that, you can have at it. And you can tickle Seaman. Tickling Seaman is always my way of making Seaman happy. And it gives you a little warning here: do not actually tap, flick, or tickle other household pets. And this observation controls. Caring for your Seaman. This is, operating the temperature and stuff for the tank, which you can also use for the D-pad. It goes into the heater and the light switch. So that's the heater there. And like I said, the heater is analog, so the heater will only activate and operate while the switch is pressed. It will take a few minutes to get going, and then may continue for a moment after the switch is released. It just shows that it is very old. It's the oxygen supply. And cleaning, which is done easily by just putting oxygen. Feeding your Seaman. You either use the little food pellets that are given, or later on you also feed in the larva. And how to say goodbye to Seaman. This is how you save, in other words. And this is how you start over. So this is if you're done with Seaman, or he is dead or something, and you want to start over. And this is living in harmony with Seaman. This is how to take good care of him. If Seaman's in a bad mood, it will elect to continue conversation with you. And these are some of the things that can put Seaman in a bad mood. And pay attention to Seaman's health. And this is how to exchange food with another razor, by VMU, which I have never done before, but I guess you can do that. Of course, I have 2 VMUs as well, so technically you can have 2 Semans on 2 VMUs, and you can exchange food back and forth. And finally, we have advice. This gives you a little advice on how to play the game and how to endeavor. There's a strong relationship between knowledge and Seaman's growth process. As Seaman's caretaker, you are encouraged to take the initiative and talk to Seaman daily to stimulate his desire to learn and in turn aid its maturation. Note that without conversation, Seaman's growth process will stop. So that's why you have to talk to Seaman, you have to converse with him, or the game will not progress. And over here, this goes into how to transform the Habitat Aquarium into a land-filled terrarium. And we already know how to do that, since we have finished the game. And here we have final notes. This gives you some pointers on how to use the microphone, and Seaman is so clever, and you will discover patience is not its strong suit. Seaman will ask you numerous questions and obtain a considerable amount of personal information from you, but there is no risk of this information being leaked to an outside source. So it can only be leaked if you tell somebody this information. If multiple people wish to play Seaman using the same disk, ensure that each prospective guardian has their own VMU and maintain their own Seaman data. It will come to desire a personal name. You are encouraged to provide Seaman with a name. Once a level of commercial ability has been reached, try saying, "I will give you a name." And that's exactly what I say. And here we have the Sanctity of Life. Your role as the caregiver of an animal does not entitle you to end the creature's life. While the law of the jungle states that the weak are victims of the strong, this only applies in the wild, where it is merely a facet of the food chain necessary to ensure the survival and balance of life. Please remember that humans have been responsible for the senseless obliteration of numerous life forms on this planet. If you're interested in the protection and preservation of wildlife, please visit the following website to learn how you can make a difference. And here we have credits. So, that is the Seaman manual. Full information. So Seaman is definitely not your average game. This is a game that must be dealt with much care, and the game is just like raising an actual virtual pet. Or a real pet, really. So, if this is the case, this is the manual, and like I said, this is the end of the Seaman series. So those of you who subscribe to me just for the Seaman videos, you might find a lack of content here in the future. But hopefully you will enjoy my new content that I will also still be putting up, like my Sonic Shuffle videos and other gameplay videos, and more to come of that. So Seaman definitely is a great game. It's one of a kind, and I wish I could play Seaman 2 on the PS2, but the game is only in Japanese, and since I don't know Japanese, the game is just totally unplayable to me. So that's unfortunate. But anyway, like I said, this is the absolute last Seaman video you will see on this channel. So now we will hear Leonard Nimoy's final comments.
Welcome to the laboratory of Jean-Paul Gasset. Let's see. Last time, Frogman has discovered freedom in the outdoors and will no longer need you to feed him. However, he is deeply indebted to you for your caregiving, so he will not wander far. If you call, he may yet return. Since the beginning of my involvement in the Seaman project, I've had a lot of time to contemplate the history of Seaman. Although I cannot support any of this with evidence, I believe I've come up with a plausible tale of romance and loss that may or may not have happened. Allow me to share with you my ideas. Around the time of the ancient Third Dynasty, a young couple fell in love. The young man was a son of Djoser, Pharaoh of the Third Dynasty. The young lady was the daughter of a priest of the temple, a man who later became the architect of the first pyramid, Imhotep. But because of their differences in social standing, the Pharaoh Djoser forbade the union. The young lady's father, on the other hand, felt pity for the young couple and sought help from Thoth, the god of knowledge. Was there a way, he asked, for the two lovers to meet again in another life? The god Thoth answered thus: I will take the two from this place. They will keep their memories and will meet again, thousands of years from now, when their love will not be forbidden. And then, one morning, the two young lovers disappeared. Later, the god Thoth told Imhotep what had happened. The young man had been transformed into a fish and was released to the Nile, while his lover was changed into a bird, taking flight into the sky. One day, thousands of years into the future, they would evolve into their original forms and meet once again. When the Pharaoh learned of this, his heart was filled with sadness and remorse. He ordered Imhotep to create something that could be seen from the ground or from the air, a landmark possibly, that could serve as a beacon for the separated lovers to find each other once more. Could this be the true meaning of the pyramid? Well, perhaps my presumptions are wild, but I have heard that behind the first pyramid of Djoser there stands an incomplete pyramid. It was built around the same time as Djoser's, but its intentions are a mystery. Perhaps that pyramid was an eternal landmark, created for two people who were destined to meet again someday. Anyhow, thank you for spending this time with Seaman. If you'd like, you may continue your visits. Try dimming the lights, and you may watch Seaman go about his business. Similar to when you were tending the terrarium, your home will be filled with soothing sounds and interesting scenery. Seaman will be here for you to visit and speak with for as long as he remains in his current form.
Well, everybody, that is Leonard Nimoy's comments on Seaman's history and legacy. Now we will take one last look at Seaman before concluding this video. It is foggy foggy in the forest today. But where is our friend?
Hey, you.
Here he is. Hello.
I thought you'd be showing up around now.
Did you? See, it's kind of hard to see him, though. Since there's no lights, out here in the forest. But where's your mate at? I do not see the other Seaman here yet. Hello? Seaman.
Yes?
What's up? What's up? Hello?
Yeah, hello. Whatever.
Yeah, well, Seaman's not going to say much when he's out here. And here remain the moths. And the eggs for the larva, which, again, we no longer need. And here is the spider, which serves no purpose. And the fog is fading now. And here is our other friend. A bit off screen here. He's now a little easier to see now. What's up?
No, not today. Maybe tomorrow.
So this is the forest that Seaman will live in. Or actually the whole island, I guess. So we never see what happens, after this. Where Seaman goes from here. Though I do think that Seaman 2 takes place on an island. So it might be this particular island right here still. The same one we've been on. However, in Seaman 2, he is not a frog. So you can sit back here, relax, and you can listen to the nature sounds. Listen to the animal noises. That's pretty much it, though. So now the last thing I will do is, you remember Seaman's thing, the little gift he gave us, was when we tap the glass here on the screen, there would be a present, there would be a gift. And this is where the game showed its credits. Now, I'm not sure how long the credits go on for, but they'll probably be a while. But I will try to let the whole thing play if it doesn't go on for too long. So let's get rocking.
I'm pooped. I'm not the seaman I used to be.
Alrighty, that was Partying with Seaman. Party all night long. So now Seaman's wandering off. Well, one of them is. Well, Seaman, I guess this is it. It's been a good long run. So this series of Seaman took a little bit longer to complete than my first series. So it varies, how long it takes. Depends on how often you check Seaman, and I didn't check him every day, so maybe I kind of slowed the process down a bit. And the other Seaman appears to be gone. Well, I guess that'll be all, folks. This is the end of the Seaman series. I hope you all enjoyed. Of course, if any of you have missed any of the videos in the past of the Seaman series, or if you want to rewatch them again, feel free to go back and search for them and relive the fun. So with that, everybody, I bid you all au revoir, and I will see you all in my next videos. And say goodbye to Seaman. So long, friend.